401k is more than just a simple savings plan. It could offer incredible benefits if you know how to make the most of it. I'm joined by Charlie Epstein, the author of Paychecks for Life, to let you know how your 401k could change your financial future and bring you Paychecks for Life. Charlie, so nice to be with you.
Thank you. Great to be here.
It's good to have you here. Paychecks for Life. What is this book all about?
So I'm known nationally as the 401k coach, and I work with financial advisors all over the country. And for the last 32 years, I've worked locally here helping business owners help their employees figure out what to do with their 401k plan. I'm sure you have a 401k plan.
I do, but don't ask me anything else because I don't know anything else about it.
Well, then here, I have the book for you. It's called Paychecks for Life, and I actually wrote it for you specifically.
Thank you.
Now, what I mean by that is, after 32 years of working with businesses and employees, I stepped back and I said, what does it really take to help an individual who doesn't know a lot about finance, investing, and the future, which could be 20, 30, 40 years away? What do I do? And everybody's so confused today because there's so much information and news and, oh my gosh, we're going off the fiscal cliff.
What does that mean? There's so much. It's overwhelming.
That's right. And so what I'm trying to say to people is you don't need to worry about any of that. Calm down, take a breath. And in this book, I have 9 simple principles. I call them the 9 simple Paycheck for Life principles. Follow these principles, and you'll have a paycheck for life when you're ready to retire.
That easy.
It's
so they're
that easy.
Pretty simple. Even if I'm someone that don't know much about finances, but if I read this, it's easy to follow. I can understand it and learn more about how I can make my 401k a Paychecks manufacturing company.
Exactly. Ooh, you've got it already.
I do.
Yeah, that's the first principle.
Really?
I'm trying to teach everybody. Look, they say, well, 401k. When you got the paperwork and you said 401k, what did you think?
I think in 30, 40 years this is going to matter, but right now I'm just going to...
it's too far away,
yeah, exactly.
But what's this thing, a 401k?
No idea, right.
And so a lot of people think it's the government's 401k, it's my employer's 401k, and the first principle is act like an entrepreneur. You need to take control of the situation and say, this is my business, this thing of 401k, it's your paycheck manufacturing business. And if you were a business owner and I asked you what your retirement plan is, you know what you would say?
No, I've never thought about that.
Well, when I ask a business owner, they say, Charlie, you're sitting in it. It's my business. I hope to sell it someday. Well, as an employee of a company, you don't have anything you can sell.
Right.
Well, you do. Your 401k, if you act like an entrepreneur and create what I call incremental success, every day do just a little bit at a time, then you can create this successful outcome and turn your 401k into your own paycheck manufacturing company.
It sounds amazing, and it's not too good to be true.
Well,
I mean,
it's not too good to be true.
Obviously, this is the book that's the key that can help you get there. Now, talk about another one of the principles, desirement mortgage. What's that all about?
So I started thinking about what's the biggest asset the average person owns in their lifetime? It's their home. Do you own a home? So when you bought your home, you went to the bank. Let's say the house costs, I'm just going to pick a number, it's not yours, $200,000, and you went to the closing with $200,000 in your hand, right?
No.
No.
No, that didn't happen.
What happened? What'd you do?
No, you took out a mortgage.
You took out a mortgage, something your dad knows something about, right? So you took out a mortgage, and you probably financed it for 30 years, right? And then you wanted a high interest rate for your mortgage or a low interest rate?
Low, of course.
Lowest rate possible, so you have the lowest monthly payment. So you
Right.
make your payment every year for 30 years. You do it in good times and bad. The market's up, the market's down. And at the end of 30 years, you own your own home. And if it costs $200,000, you paid $200,000 over 30 years, right?
Well, no, you're going to pay interest on that.
Yeah, you probably paid $400,000 or $500,000. So you really saved $400,000 or $500,000. So a lot of employees will say to me, I can't save any money, yet you pay your mortgage. So the other asset, 2 greatest assets, average American own the home and their 401k. So I started thinking about the 401k, and I said, why don't you take out a desirement mortgage when you take out a home mortgage? And the reason I use the word desirement is Webster's definition of retirement is to put out of use. Isn't that bizarre?
Yeah.
So you're not working your whole life to be put out of use.
Right.
You're
That's
working,
just when it begins, right?
Right. So someday, 60, 65, 70, you can do all the things you desire to do.
Your desirement. I love
Your
that.
desirement
Tell
mortgage.
me about the 10-1 now mantra. What's that all about?
So the 10-1 now mantra is, on average, I say the average person has to save 10% of their pay to be successful. And people say to me, well, Charlie, what if I can't save 10?
Right.
Okay, well, let's say you can only save 5% of your pay. And your employer is going to match you, so that's an enhancement. And then every year increase your contribution by just 1%, and in 5 years you'll be at 10%, and you'll be on your way to creating the paycheck for life for yourself. 10, 1, now. It's my mantra.
Now, 10-1 now.
10-1 now. 10-1 now.
See,
That's what you have to do.
Right, that's your mantra. So it's simple. It's just taking small steps.
Simple. Create a disarmament mortgage for yourself. Try and save that monthly payment. If you can't, every year increase that amount. And then follow the other steps that we have, the other principles about where to invest your money, how to automate this process, and you'll be on your way to creating a paycheck for life.
Now, getting this book obviously will help people, obviously, with their learning more about their 401k, how they can help their financial future. What you're doing, tell us about the charitable campaign you've launched with Square One.
Right. So Square One, as your viewers already heard about, has really been through a difficult period of time. They got hit by the tornado almost a year and a half ago, and then recently by the gas explosion. And so I really thought about the kids and how unfortunate the situation is. And what I'm saying to everybody here in this community is if you buy one of my books, I will teach you, or if you're an employer, we have employers now, clients of ours who are buying the book, giving it to their employees. I'll help teach them how to create a paycheck for life, and together we can create a education for life for the kids at Square One, because I'm going to donate 50% of the sale of the book.
It's so generous.
To Square One. We want to sell 10,000 books, and if we can sell 10,000 books, that'll go a long way to giving those kids an education for life.
That's the goal. That's fantastic,
Yeah.
Charlie. That's so generous. And of course, what you're doing is helping people with their financial future. The thought of knowing when I retire, I can do all the things that I want to do is a really exciting.
All the things you desire to do.
Of course.
Desirement planning, that's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And your viewers, go to paychecksforlife.org, and they can find out about the book and how to order it and help the kids of Springfield and also help their employees create a paycheck for life.
It's a win-win. So
is.
nice to have you here, Charlie.
Thank you
Thanks so much. Nice
Appreciate
talking to you.
it. Yep.
And if you would like to learn more about how to turn your 401k into a paycheck manufacturing company, log on to Paychecks for Life.